one of those plays that you call, and everything seems to happen exactly as it's scripted in the playbook.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Caesars Superdome just west of the French Quarter in New Orleans. We're in the first quarter of play, and it's the Saints in control of the football. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Stuck for the loss by Devin White. Second down, and it's Kamara again. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 7-7, our score after one. Ready for the second quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession. The offense on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Working out of the gun, Winston. This one to the sideline. He's got it. A nice job to keep the feet in, but he is a bit short here of a first down. Blake Gillikin on the punt now on 4th down. And now the up man has it. It's a fake, and he will not make it. They stop him short of the first down. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool them. And the Buccaneers defense holds, and they get the football back. Week 2 underway around the NFL, and a reminder that later tonight it'll be Chicago and Green Bay in the Packers home opener, the 101st season of that great rivalry. They had the 100th anniversary last year. And then tomorrow night a treat, Monday night doubleheader, Tennessee and Buffalo, 7:15 Eastern, and then Minnesota and Philly kicking off a little over an hour later. Brady now on first down. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The Bucs and Saints expected to possibly be the two to slug it out for the NFC South title in 2022. The Saints have had the Bucs number pretty much since the arrival of Tom Brady, at least in the regular season. They're 4-0 against Tampa Bay the last 2 seasons in the regular season. When Tampa won the Super Bowl, they did defeat New Orleans in route to that title. Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. He's got it at the 15. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
When teams practice their plays during the week, they're hoping that it's going to pay off on game day. So it sure has to feel good for them when they hit them during a game, and they hit that one there for big yardage.
Fournette, a first down carry. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Throwing now is Brady. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Marcus May with a pick. And the Saints are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw some away on that snap. And let's face it, as we advance further into this game,
that pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously. Led to a very quick sack. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use to about the 5-yard line. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll be a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. Here comes the Saints punter now as he's on here to punt it away. And he'll just punch it out of there, and it's not a great kick. He'll take it a few steps in front of the 50. Following the punt return here, there's someone shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. On the draw, this is 4-0. And they will only muster a yard here at the 38.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
On 2nd and 9, Brady. Pass complete, George Pickens with it. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Up the gut, Fournette. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. 75 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Working from the gun, it's Brady. And it's caught. And in for the Buccaneers touchdown. George Pickens with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Bucs are going to take the lead. So that's the rookie's first trip to the end zone, and I think it's safe to say one he'll always remember.
Oh, without a doubt. That one is going to be imprinted forever. And nowadays, we're seeing rookies make a greater impact at that position at receiver than ever before. I think mainly because of the sheer volume of footballs that they catch in college.
Now it's Ryan Suckup on after the touchdown to kick it away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. And now the Saints get set to trot out there. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
And Winston lost the football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And he returns it to the end zone. A fumble recovery touchdown for the Bucs. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
Extra point try now for Suckup. It's good, and it is now 21-7. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. Winston and the Saints now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. On the check down, he finds Kamara. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Ups up past the 45 before being tackled. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13. A 10th carry for Kamara. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Jameis to throw it. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They were starting to move the ball. And what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Winston. To the right side and complete to Thomas. Down inside the 10. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag in the backfield. Was this a hold or did they rough the quarterback? So a little extra on top of the big play there.
It's tough for guys rushing the passer, but you have to know when the ball is gone. And if you listen, officials will tell you ball's gone. He didn't pull up.
Kamara, he is going nowhere in a hurry as he is going to lose yardage here in a big way. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense. On 2nd down, Kamara. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. From the gun, Winston. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Deontay Hardy, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Saints have cut it back within a score. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there. Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown. How in-depth is that quick game? It's pretty in-depth because putting the ball in the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands and downfield as fast as possible. A lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that. Fields it right around the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. So out come the Bucs now. And right now, we've got a little bit of an offensive masterpiece going on both sides, moving the football, scoring points. It's almost like somebody put the defense on rookie mode in this one. I mean, we haven't even left the first half, Charles, and we're certainly on pace for a shootout. An excellent start for both offenses. The fans have to be enjoying this to see all these points go up on the board. As a former defender, you know I'm not enjoying this at all. But right now, both these teams are trading haymakers. Let's see if anyone slips up first. Can anyone counter? Unless they're legit, you get things down the board. The Bucs have 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. He finds Pickens over the middle. And he is stopped just short on 3rd down. Got 9 yards, but needed 10. I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. Took a heck of a chance there, didn't he? Result-based business, we know that. That result was positive for him. But, oh my goodness, how close was that to being negative? Well, because you're essentially in the shadow of your own end zone there to go for. I get it if it's late 4th quarter. Well, it paid off. I guess the end justifies the means, right? It certainly does. Had to be more than a gut feeling there. Had to be just total confidence they would pick it up. On 1st and 10, here's Brady. Airing this one out for Evans. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Brady's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. They're going to look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Jones. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Now a timeout here, at least for the moment. Looks like one of the Saints is injured, shaken up on that last play. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. Running on 1st down is Fournette, but he can only manage a yard or so before he's brought down. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Again, it's Fournette. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Here, but not before he does pick up the first. 98 yards rushing for him now as he's toted it 21 times.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot has been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on third down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. And he's got it. And he's brought down. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up first and goal.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, he just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with first and goal.
Fournette will score. Touchdown, Buccaneers. So he's had a nose for the end zone here in the early part.
Goal line is and finds a way to get across it, but you know who else senses it? The guys that block for him. Because he has that instinct, I think they hold the blocks just a little bit longer.
Now it's Ryan Suckup on after the touchdown to kick it away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The New Orleans offense set to take over. As this offense comes back out here, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game. And they've been on the sideline for a while. They did score their last time out, but they just had to watch that long, sustained drive, so we'll see if they can shake the rust off.
Yeah, that's always a question that you have when you have to come off the bench after having sat there for a long time. Are you ready to go? Are you loosened up? But even more so, are you mentally alert and ready to put your best product out there?
Here's Winston. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. A good pickup there, 21 yards. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Winston now from the 50. Looking for the out route. It's completed to Landry. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. From the 45 on second down, Winston. He rifles one that's intercepted. A.J. Boye with a pick. 30. 10. And it's a pick six. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. Suckup for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. New Orleans offense back out and ready to go. And not the first time that they're coming back out off of a turnover, but the last one really hurt Charles with that pick six.
And it feels like the whole team's infected right now, doesn't it? It's not just been one person. It's kind of been a group effort where the mistakes have happened. Can they put that aside, kind of start over, and put together a nice drive?
He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. Winston on 3rd and 2. It's hauled in by Hardy. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Again, it's Winston. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete. So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. From the shotgun, it's Winston. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. And I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. On 1st and 10, Winston. That is hauled in by Michael Thomas. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. That one goes for 36 yards. And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice touchdown, Saints. Michael Thomas, his second touchdown on the season. And the Saints get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Lutz good on the extra point. And it'll be come down to 14. So that leads up a 7-play drive in total. And it's Michael Thomas who ends it with a touchdown reception. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Fielded just outside the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Well, the Bucs going to take over now late in this first half. Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the second quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead. Meanwhile, Brady's throw on target to Godwin here. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Brady now on first down. Jones has it. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Brady now to throw. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. That could have been a huge play, but get the defender credit. Stay calm, stay collected, and kept himself in position to make a play without a penalty. An incomplete pass on second down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Open man is Godwin. It's complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 32-yard line. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2.
Sorry, Coach, put a pin in that. We are going to move right on to the third quarter here. All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Bucs with a lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start in the third quarter. Charles, for them, pretty good first half on the ground. They had some success running the ball in quarters 1 and 2, and they've got the lead. Now a chance to expand upon that lead here with their first drive in the third quarter.
Yeah, believe it or not, you and I have noticed that this great game of football has shifted towards pass first, run second. So for me, it's really nice to see some of these teams keeping the ground game as a big component of their offense, and it's working pretty well for them now. And let's face it, they can continue to do damage with it, and in addition, it sets up the pass game really well for them too.
That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there.
That's another beautiful throw right there. Gets it to his man right in stride, and I think that throw kind of exemplifies what we've seen from this offense throughout this game. They've been in rhythm, they've been sharp, they've been on it, and they pick up another first down there.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
Well, you don't turn your nose up at a gain of 4, do you? They'll take that on first down. Playbook's got to be pretty well open on 2nd and 6.
From the 45 on second down, Brady. Here's a quick pass. He's got Chris Godwin. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Less fanfare for Chris Godwin than other receivers of his ilk around the league, but he quietly put up 1,100 yards last season. The Buccaneers certainly noticed, and they handed him a new contract extension to continue being the catch magnet that he is. There's another one right there.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38. They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. Now Brady. This is caught by Evans. Touchdown! Mike Evans, 38 yards. And the Buccaneers have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Extra point up and good by Suckup. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it's Mike Evans who caps it with a touchdown reception. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Now we'll see what Michael Thomas and the rest of the offense has in store here. Seems like the measuring stick for a receiver for a great game is 100 yards. Well, he's well past that now.
And as we analyze how he's getting them, that's where it really becomes fun because, let's face it, they keep sending coverage at him, keep trying to put the pressure on, and he finds ways downfield and finds openings. That's a really crafty receiver.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Winston out of the backfield. That's complete to Kamara. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Winston. Back to Kamara for another catch. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. Here comes the Saints punter now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Fielded at the 20. It'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Tom Brady leads the offense out for their next possession. 5 for 5 that last drive. Touchdown pass as well. He was clicking. Receivers, I don't want to be cliche, but running really solid routes too.
And what I love about it is when you look across any team, all right, the body types of the receivers are usually different. The way that they get open, different as well. Some of them use power to get open. Some of them use those hit fakes and subtle moves. Some of them just use pure speed. And the really good ones, when they're established, they know how to push off at the end of a route, too.
Now, meanwhile, the throw by Brady knocked away, incomplete. A shotgun give to Fournette. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the first down. 3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Now Landry. It'll be a 39-yard punt. Give him a good 10 yards on the return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Winston and the Saints now with a 1st and 10 at the 34. He'll start with a give to Kamara. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. A man who's been busy this afternoon. It's Kamara again. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Hopefully, obviously, nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. Gain of just 1. They'll try to throw now. Winston. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Landry. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On 3rd and 1, here's Winston. And he'll go right back to Landry. It's complete again. And he is going to have a Saints first down, and comfortably so, as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard. Back to the ground. It's Kamara. To the 36-yard line. Stop there.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Winston throw complete there to Thomas. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 26. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing, Winston. And, oh, it's incomplete. Oh, that would have been 6 points, but somehow he couldn't rein it in. On 3rd down, Winston. Open man is the tight end, Troutman. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 12-yard line. A give to Kamara running right. And they'll go backwards here. Losing yardage to the 14. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. It's a loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12. Now Winston. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
That haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. This is caught. Touchdown, Saints. Michael Thomas, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Saints are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Wants to hold down the extra point. And the lead will be cut down to 14. So a 13-play drive in total. And it's Michael Thomas who ends it with a touchdown reception. This taken in at the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The attention shifting back to Chris Godwin and the rest of the Tampa offense. He's been a load for them to handle defensively, I know that much.
Look at him. He's got 7 catches on the game, and he's starting to shred them a little bit because not only is he catching them, he's picking up good yardage, keeping the chains moving, ball control, you name it. This big guy, what did you say? He's been a load for them to handle?
That's right. Agreed. 7 catches, as you said, over 100 yards. 2nd down, back to Fournette. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball short, steady bursts.
Throwing is Brady on third down. Over the middle, complete. That's Jones. And a good tackle there right around the 30. Stops him short of the first down. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that'll bring up fourth down. And think about this strong safety position. And, they're the more bulkier guys in the free safety, but that time, great athleticism to hustle in and break up that play.
And you can just see that whole play developing. That's where, as a defender, you just lock in on your target and say, I'm not even thinking about breaking stride. I'm running straight for the belt buckle, because where it goes, that's where you find his body. And he was able to get in there and make a great play.
They'll get this out to Kamara. So the completion good for just 3. And it'll be second down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out into covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Jameis to throw it. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
As defensive coordinators around the league tell me all the time, that throw is not for every quarterback, because you've really got to drive the ball downfield. It's going to be a tight window for him to fit that one into. In this case, unsuccessfully.
A 40-yard punt, no return, and out will come the offense as they take over. So here are the Bucs to take over on offense. Last week they got a good victory over the Dallas Cowboys, and they are in the driver's seat here right now as well. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And not a whole lot there, maybe a yard to the 27. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll run it again with Fournette. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. The Saints say they have it, and they do. Well, you had an offense working with a comfortable 2-score lead here in the third quarter, and certainly doesn't feel as comfortable now. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. And the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Inside handoff down to Fournette. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. They'll try to get the offense going with Kamara. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Protect himself at the end. Getting pretty decent yardage. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Winston now. Open man is Michael Thomas. And he is going to have a Saints first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5. Kamara up the middle. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down. Again, it's Kamara. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain. 2nd down. From the 44, Winston. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with this 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. To throw, Winston. He is going to find Hill here. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's Winston. Escaping the pressure right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Winston to give. It's Kamara. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. From the red zone now, Winston. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Carl Nassib picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. So maybe just a momentary setback on what's been a great drive so far, but 2nd and 13 here. Another try after the first down sack. Winston to the right side, and he's got Landry complete. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. So they need 6 yards here on 3rd down. They're 2 for 2 on 3rd down tries so far on this drive. Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. It'll be a gain of 6 that time as it moves the chains as well. Trying to pound it in, Kamara. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. 3rd and goal. And keep in mind, very possibly 4-down territory. To throw is Winston. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Now a timeout here, at least for the moment. Looks like one of the Saints is injured, shaken up on that last play. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. The kick by Lutz is good. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. Well, he was a spectator for much of this game as his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he was able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
An ideal ideal spot here to get a first down and try to run some more clock. And this is second and less than a yard. Brady's throw on target to Godwin here. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Now this offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10. Walker now on 1st and 10. They'll get it across the 35. It'll be second down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. To throw, it's Brady. He's going to go up top again. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. On 1st and 10, Winston. This is caught. It's Hardy. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. One play has him to the... Flag is out. Todd Bowles not pleased with the ruling on the field, and he's going to ask the officials to take another look. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide, and I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things, but even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. Winston now to throw on 1st down. He goes once again right back to Hardy. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. They'll go draw here. Winston hands to Kamara. And a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They run it again with Kamara. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked out before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Now Winston. He's got a man wide open. It's Landry. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Working out of the gun, Winston. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. From 10 yards out. And the Saints have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on 1st and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left him reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And you know, there was something about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. 1st down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. And for one of the few times here today, this one's not going to go anywhere. Demario Davis there on the stop. So fourth quarter, a nice run there to start this drive. Charles, what do you think the split will be here between run and pass?
Well, partner, I think it'll lean towards the run, but this is also not a time where you just totally do that. You still have to possess the ball, move the sticks, and keep the clock moving as well. So they'll run their offense. But yeah, when they have a chance to run it, they'll do that a little bit more.
First down at about the 38. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10. Working from the gun, it's Brady. Left side completion to Jones. Only able to gain a couple there, and that'll make it 2nd down. Now Brady. There he is again, another catch for Julio Jones. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. If you can keep getting gains like that, Charles, with the lead here in the 4th quarter, I mean, keep running it, right?
No doubt about it, but what the offense coordinator has to do is understand they're going to continue to stack the line of scrimmage. What runs do you have in your arsenal that'll work against a stacked box and continue to move the ball?
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And some room to maneuver. And he's going to take this all the way down to the Saints' 10-yard line. 56 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what we said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3-and-out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
And they take a knee. And they will take a knee here. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. And they'll indeed take a knee. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They're looking at a 4th down now as they try to hold on to this lead for dear life. Succop's kick is good, and that'll push the lead up to 8. Now, from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Winston and the Saints now down by 8, just under 2 minutes to go. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on first down. Now Winston. Pass complete, Thomas. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 23 yards, the final tally. Here's Winston. Buying time to his left. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Clock running here, under 90 seconds to go. Winston. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means he'll need to come up with something here on third down. Winston. Complete over the middle to Hardy. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important fourth down. Desperation time. Winston on fourth down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Bucs have just about wrapped up the victory. Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Victory formation now for the Buccaneers. Down to a knee they go. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining. And what is going on here? I've got third down. Screen shows third down, but they've got the punt team out there. And they'll let this one go right on the outskirts of the 10. They'll down it at the 11-yard line. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. Winston to throw. On a huge mistake late, it's intercepted. It's Devin White, the linebacker. And it's a pick six. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. Well, the offense, Charles, they were flirting with disaster, already backed up deep in their own territory. So the interception and the pick six ensued. That was a big play.
It certainly was, and the short field gave him the rare opportunity to take it all the way back and quickly. And once he saw that he had open field, there's no way he's going to let that opportunity slip away and finds his way into the end zone.
And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try.
Free kick out of bounds.
Well, you don't see that often. He just mishit it, and it goes out of bounds.
Well, I know sitting up here, and I'm looking at you, and you're looking at me, and I know we're both thinking the same thing. Isn't it easy enough to keep it between the sidelines? Because unless you're intentionally doing it for some reason.
On the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. The Bucs forced to use their third and final timeout. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. That is hauled in by Michael Thomas. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Throwing, Winston. And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball and could not hang on. 2nd down coming up. From the shotgun, it's Winston. Looking for Alvin Kamara on the slant. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Winston. Flush to his right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance. Well, by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go at each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for the Buccaneers, it's a dream start. 2 wins in 2 early road games. And they'll return home next week to take on the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Carolina Panthers.
2022 season. Up next, we'll see Russell Wilson. He had the green light to sling it last week. Over 450 yards passing. It's the Broncos and the Texans, and it comes your way next on Madden Football.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the Florida Rockies, just west of downtown Denver at Empower Field at Mile High. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Houston Texans and the Denver Broncos. Brandon Garden joined as always by Charles Davis. And CD, you look at the Broncos in this one. Their offense is a unit that's not afraid to take chances out there, and not always for the better. What do you see them trying to do here?
I think they'll continue to take those chances, Brandon, but to me, they have to do it in a measured way. And what I mean by that, they can't just come into a game and throw caution to the wind and just say we're going to run a bunch of gadget plays, a lot of reverses, end arounds, all of those things. They've got to identify the spots where they want those plays to pay off, which means you have to set them up, and then when they present themselves, take full advantage.
Into the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. And the Mile High air in full effect as that's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. As the Texans offense runs out, we get a peek at the man under center. Second-year quarterback Davis Mills out of Stanford.
And he comes off a tough opening matchup. Threw way too many interceptions in that game. Definitely not the way you want to kick off a new season. So he said to himself, I've got to throw that game out. I'm going to get a fresh start right here in week 2.
They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. A look at the numbers for Mack from last week. 16 carries, 62 yards.
It was a pretty mediocre week for him on the ground. Certainly a boon to his offense if he can get a little more output on his touches this week. He should get some more early carries as his team tries to get him.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand. So now after the sack, Mills and the Texans needing to navigate a 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Man open, that's Chester Rogers. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or 2 short. And it's 4th down. On 4th down, out is the punter Cameron Johnston to boot it away. He'll send this one into the Mile High air, and it's a good one. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10. Now here's Russell Wilson, 11th season in the league. First, of course, with Denver after a high-profile trade this offseason that saw him dealt from Seattle.
And he comes off a tough opening matchup. Threw way too many interceptions in that game. Definitely not the way you want to kick off a new season. So he said to himself, I've got to throw that game out. I'm going to get a fresh start right here in week 2.
So 1st and 10 here for Wilson and the Broncos at the 33-yard line. Here's Wilson. This is Hamler on the receiving end. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that will bring up 2nd down. And there on your screen, Charles, the key inactives guys out this week.
And there's never anything good about any injury. But there's a silver lining to them, is that it creates opportunity for someone else on the depth chart. Will they take advantage of it with good play, or have they not prepared well, thinking they'll never get on the field, and they'll go out there and hurt their team?
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Our 1st down throw from Mills. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. So 1st and goal from the 9-yard line. Mills to throw it. Flushed out right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. That time, Bradley Chubb shooting in there for the sack. First down, a bit of a disaster. And now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Here's Mills. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Malik McDowell. He's the one that drops in this go-around. And that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks. 3rd and goal, Mills. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
As a coaching staff, you can call just about whatever you want because you understand your guys who reliably take away those massive shots downfield. You're not as worried about giving up the big one.
And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this will remain a scoreless game. So 1st and goal quickly turns into 4th and goal, and then 4th and goal turns into no points whatsoever.
That's a very disappointing sequence of events right there. And I, for one, would not want to be the kicker as to run over to his head coach and explain that one.
So now the 2nd drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy set the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Meanwhile, Wilson's throw hauled in by Washington. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
And that's how you shake off the interception he threw on the opening drive, come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to 2 people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting.
And the pass is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Jerry Jeudy. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Broncos are on the board first here this afternoon. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals, they all have those types of thoughts. And then you have something to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And the football going back over now to the Houston Texans. And they were in field goal range last time out but couldn't connect.
It's early in the game, so I don't think that the confidence just goes entirely out of, running your kicker back out there. But let's face it, some coaches have a little bit less patience for that than others. Let's see if they call the game differently now in terms of what they do on drives and not try and settle for field goals.
2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to 3rd down. Throwing, Mills. And that is incomplete.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
This is fielded at the 27. 39-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And coming out now, the Broncos. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Now it's Wilson. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Broncos. Jerry Judy, his second touchdown of the game, his third of the year. And the Broncos are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better cover guy to him. Or you make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up to at least try and discourage them from throwing the ball to him.
McManus's point after is good. And that'll make the score 14-0. The offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Houston set to take over. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. Now Mills. Man open right side. It's Rodgers. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They'll run it out of the gun with Mack. He'll get this up to about the 44. From the 44, Mills toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. This defense for the Broncos, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
How'd you like to be the quarterback reviewing the game tape from last week and seeing this defense on the spot on almost every snap? If the ball was in the air, they took it away. If the ball was popped free, they picked it up. 5 takeaways in last week's game.
They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be 4th down. Now on 4th down, it's Cameron Johnston on to punt it away. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. Coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, he got what he could there, just trying to move forward and gain a little bit of yardage and create some space. You know the pressure is going to be tough defensively.
Now Wilson back into his end zone. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. They were looking for a cushion from that end zone. He gave it to him, 15 big yards. So that last play gives him a little more space now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line. They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped him. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Jerry Hughes. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. On 3rd down, this is Melvin Gordon. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 15. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down. On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. Desmond King back deep. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Just a 2-yard return there following a punt of 48. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Starting the drive with a give to Mack. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Mills. He dumps this off to Mack. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. On 3rd down, here's Mills. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far, offensively or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
Taking it about the 16. So a solid punt, but also a nice return there of 14 yards. Denver's offense ready to go again. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Wilson. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards. So 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 39-yard line. Up the middle, it's Williams. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
He's put up numbers in this one by pushing the envelope a bit whenever he could with deeper throws. But let's play a little philosophy here. Some plays it works. Sometimes they're ready for you. And that time, they were on guard. Incomplete.
And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the 1st down marker. 4th down, Wilson trots off, and on comes Brandon McManus for the Denver field goal. On the left hash, officially it's called a 51-yard attempt. The kick by McManus is good, and that'll make this 17-0 here in the opening quarter. So a great first quarter continues here as they add on to that lead.
Hey, Brandon, I think it sets up it's going to be an important drive because it's now 17-0. So the other guys, they got to figure out something quick before this game gets away from them.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Out of the gun, here's a give to Mack. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Looking to throw is Mills. And that will be incomplete. A misconnection there. He's had just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Call it an even 40-yard punt. 7, though, on the return. Denver's offense now set to go. They've been off to the races already. A 17-0 lead. Now a chance for more here as they've got it 1st and 10. Here's Wilson to throw. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They'll run it up the middle now. Gordon. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they got themselves a 1st down. Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful, and that strength was on display there. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And this throw will be intercepted. Derek Stingley picks it. And the Texans are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
And he'll be dropped at the 36. It's a good gain of 18 on a play that originated back at the 18. 17-0 our score after one. Texans football to start quarter 2. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. A run up the middle with Mack. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Mills to Cooks there, and that connection good for a Houston first. Mills. He completes this one to Mack. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. To throw, Mills. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
That's a really nice job there by the coverage, understanding that they're in a high-stakes situation. If he doesn't make a play on that ball, there's an excellent chance it ends up either as a touchdown or as a nice gain downfield.
And he will. Down before he's tackled at the 12.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
On 1st down, they'll stay with Mack on the ground. They'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. On 2nd down, here's Pierce. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. This offense so far on 3rd down, it's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the 1st down as he's tackled at the 1. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Here's the option play now to the left. And no signal yet. I don't think he got in. He didn't. They'll mark him at the 1. Mack. No signal, and now they say he did not get in. He is stonewalled at the 1. They're held again, and it's 3rd and goal. Mack again. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Marlon Mack, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Texans get a bit closer. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that'll cut the lead to 17-7. So that drive spans 13 plays. And the end result was a Marlon Mack touchdown run. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. And Denver getting set to take the field. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say that great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I was
going for the age.
I remember looking over at it, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first. The Broncos at 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1. Malik Collins in there to drop him for a loss on the play.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
2nd and 10. Now it's Wilson. This pass caught by Hamler. And he is brought down before reaching the 30. A gain of 32 that time.
Big plays are starting to become the trend here in this first half, and everything that they've tried has worked. And there's another example right there.
So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Here's a give up the middle. It's Gordon. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
On 2nd down, Gordon once more. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
The kick by McManus is good. And that will open the lead up now to 20-7.
So a nice kick there as they were able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
Taken at the goal line. And now out comes Houston.
Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've gotten pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, playing the same tempo, the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. They keep it on the ground. Mack again. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage.
And they'll try to throw here. Mills. Cooks on the quick slant.
So the completion good for 7 there. And now that sets up 3rd and 2.
Mills now.
Dorsett's got it.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Yeah, these are the... need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. This is Mack on the counter. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. 41 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries. On 1st and 10, Mills. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. They'll go with Mack here up the middle. Down to the 30 after a gain of 3. They got to get to the 23 here on 3rd.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays around.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Well, as we look down on the field, you can just see how a play like that changes momentum. With one side hooting and hollering, getting the big block, and the other side obviously dejected.
And since you mentioned momentum, few plays can change momentum as quickly as a blocked field goal. Big-time play there. Now see if they can capitalize on it and turn the fortunes in their direction.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense.
And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. They'll run on 1st down with Marlon Mack. They'll get this down to the 38.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection. On the handoff, it's Mack. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll go again here with Mack. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Now they'll have it 1st and goal following that gain of 17. Well, that is a running back who was not about to go down easily. He fought his way through the contact until the seas opened up for him.
Yeah, and that's a run born out of ferociousness. He took on that initial contact and in his mind just screamed, "Out of my way," and kept right on going and wound up turning it into a big play.
And the next-gen stats shows us the tale of how much yardage he was able to pick up after the initial contact. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Looking to throw. Mills. Zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Pierce now up the middle. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. Operating from the gun. Mills. Escaping the pressure. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. A very costly sack there on 3rd and goal. Pushes him back big time. And now you figure the field goal team coming on 4th. Fairbairn able to put this one through. And that cuts into the deficit. It's now 20-10. So this time the protection holds up for him just fine, and he's able to bang it through.
I think their special teams coach got the point across. He gave him a pretty good earful after the block earlier. And this time, there's no penetration, so they're able to pick up 3.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone.
And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. So here are the Broncos to take over on offense. They're in the driver's seat right now, and they were winners last week over the Seattle Seahawks, so trying to keep that momentum moving in the positive direction. So 1st and 10 here for Wilson and the Broncos at their own 27. Here's Williams to start the drive. And he's got some space here. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
The big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already. Here's Wilson. And it's knocked away and incomplete. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. 2nd and 10 now. Wilson under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Malik Collins. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. It's 3rd and long now for Wilson and the Broncos after that sack. He's going to look deep for his running back, Gordon. They've got his man complete. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. To throw again is Wilson. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. 4th down, Wilson trots off, and on comes Brandon McManus for the Denver field goal. The kick by McManus is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense is still a little bit putting in the end zone, they're still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away. Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. They're going to take this up close to the 40, so really good starting field position. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. A 1st down throw for Mills. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Another try after the 1st down sack. Mills. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. On the give, this is Mack. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Set to punt. Here's Cameron Johnston. So a change of possession here on the punt. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Broncos going to go on offense now late in this first half. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. To throw is Wilson. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. It's caught inside the 25. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. A big play there just before halftime. 52 yards. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. Wilson will throw again. And it'll be intercepted. Derek Stingley picks it, and he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. Well, everyone's eager to resume play here in this Week 2 contest, so we push right through halftime and back at it for the start of quarter 3. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. And deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And they will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Texans touchdown. And all of a sudden, we've got a ball game. They get the touchdown. Then on the kickoff, they get another touchdown, picking up the fumble, taking it to the house in just a matter of moments. 2 quick scores, Charles.
Every time we start to neglect special teams and big plays that occur off of them, something like this happens that reminds us we've got ourselves a game now.
Fairbairn now to add the extra point. And the lead will shrink to 6. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. From the 6. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in the second half.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up. But Charles, let's get a look at the draft class for this offense. Remember, no first-round picks this year. They traded it away. How much of a detriment is that?
Well, what they're hoping is the reason they traded away that first-round pick, that player won't be a detriment. He'll be an improvement for their team. And now as you get into the later rounds and the middle rounds of this draft, that's when your scouting comes to the front. You have to hit on those selections.
They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. 50 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Play action. Now Wilson. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this is taken in by Houston for a Bronco touchdown. A great play there. 40 yards. As his guys are able to extend their lead. take a little bit of time off the clock here in the third quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is lets you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
McManus now for the extra point. And the lead is now 13. So this drive spans 7 plays. And it was all polished off on the touchdown reception by K.J. Hamler. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And the Texans set to come onto the field.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer.
Mills to throw it.
Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
And there's a good opportunity to just want to ride there, a drop pass. I guess that's why they call them running backs and not catching backs.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Mills got a man. It's Brown.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll try and run for this with Mack. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd. Staying on the ground with Mack. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now Mills. Dorsett making the catch. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 16. That's a gain of 13 as they try to whittle away at this 13-point deficit.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
They'll toss this right side to Mack. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll send him back for 2nd down.
Pretty straightforward play there by the linebacker. He saw the run, went with straight-ahead pursuit, and dumped him behind the line of scrimmage.
Now on 2nd and 16, Mills. This is caught. It's Cooks. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
Play action now. Mills.
To the back of the end zone, but too high. Over everybody and incomplete. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. They'll run it out of the gun with Mack. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Throwing. Mills.
And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line.
A nightmare on 3rd and goal. He's sacked, and multiple players broke through the line to get him. Mills to the sideline, and out now is Kaimi Fairbairn for the Houston field goal try.
And remember, he had one blocked earlier. The kick by Fairbairn is good, and that gets him back within 10. Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on 4th and goal anyway, but the sack on 3rd down pretty much made their mind up for them.
You're exactly right about that, and this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, it took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. So the Broncos coming out now. For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, if I show my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. Laddie, when you put the ball in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. But the way the game's being played now, this is just part of what they do. So I don't think they should change anything at all. They've been dominant. Keep throwing it around.
On 2nd and inches, Wilson. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
After what they faced during this game where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, that has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Here's Sam Martin now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Houston set to take over. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and it'll be 2nd and a couple. Out of the gun, here's a give to Mack. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down. Looking to throw is Mills. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. On 2nd down, here's a run with Mack. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. 91 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 49-yard line. Working out of the gun, Mills. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. So that a real wrench thrown in now for this offense. They're trying to make a game of this in the 3rd quarter, but that is not going to help.
Yeah, partner, probably should have used a different tool on that play, right? That ultimately is the kind of play where you can lose a ball game instead of being in a position to win.
Now McManus for the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Mills. throw complete there. Rodgers. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. They go play action. Mills. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. From the gun, here's Mills. Man open left side is Brown. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Mills to the air again. Dumps this one off to Mack. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down. Here's Cameron Johnston now as he's on to punt for Houston. .35 yards that time on the punt, and they will take over 1st and 10. The football going back over to the Denver Broncos. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
23 yards on the pickup there and first.
Muscle damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've run the ball 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? The ground game has not been neglected. That's a burst right there.
They stick to the ground game on 1st down. It's Williams. He'll take this to the 46.
I think if we put together a job description for a middle linebacker, we would start with being able to hold down things in the middle of the line of scrimmage and be able to take on blockers. But how about the guys who can go sideline to sideline and make plays?
Love a guy that can. And this is caught. Touchdown. Russell Wilson now with 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon. And the Broncos get another 3rd-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be up to that type of stuff.
Like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. They trail here by 24 points. Got to get going soon, you'd have to think, as they come up 1st and 10. Starting the drive with a give to Mack. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Throwing on 2nd down. Mills. And his throw is incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the 1st down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
On 3rd down, here's Mills. And Cooks has it over the middle. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Mills now looks to throw on 1st down. Got it complete to Rodgers. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. A run up the middle with Mack. And only a couple there as he'll take this up to the 47. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Now Mills on the bootleg. And that is incomplete. They sure went against conventional wisdom, calling a pass on 3rd and inches.
Had to be thinking to themselves, the defense is going to overcommit against the run. Should be an easy pitch and catch. Didn't turn out that way.
This is taken at the 15. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
So both offenses come to life here in this 3rd quarter as this is shaping up for a good finish. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back now to Denver. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4.
And he's going to have the Broncos 1st down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, about that. A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Well, partner, Marvin, our #1 stats guy, just handed me a little card that says he has 97 yards on the ground today. You think he's going to get the ball again?
I think so. 3 away from that century mark. Got to have it.
Yeah, and I think what they're going to call is one of his favorite runs, whatever he feels comfortable with, and what the offensive line has executed well today to try and get him over 100 yards.
On 2nd down, Williams. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more.
That gives him 98 yards in this game, and he's got to feel pretty good about that, but the entire offense does. The big thing, though, Brandon, they've got to get to 100, though.
You think he knows he's at 98?
I think someone has told him by now, and here's the thing. Getting to 100 or more is tangible evidence that you've had a nice day running the football, and that's what his offensive line wants for him and for themselves.
They run it again with Williams.
And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. Now a 10th carry for Melvin Gordon. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 56 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. This offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10. Here's a give up the middle. It's Gordon. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Now a give up the middle to Williams. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big body guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
And this offense on third down today, they've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This will be 3rd and 5. Now a man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Williams. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Just a yard on the run there. That's going to bring us to a 4th down.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know. If you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
This fielded right at the goal line.
And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. And here comes the Texans now.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. To throw, Mills. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league. It's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
That'll be a 48-yard punt, 1 yard on the return.
Get a look at Jerry Jeudy as he leads his offense back out there for this next series.
When you're in a zone like he is, what's the conversation like on the sideline between he and his quarterback? Is that a one-way conversation of, hey, just keep getting me the football?
It actually is probably a two-way conversation because he wants to keep getting him the football because he's seeing the payoff. You know, getting the ball to that guy means yardage, and as we've seen, touchdowns in this game. So I think both of them get more and more excited about the possibilities as things continue on.
So far, it's been over 100 yards and the 2 scores. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Ball at the 26, 2nd and 7.
They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
third down, they're going to run for it here. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Well, they were in search of a short gain on third down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
And they take a knee. Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal. And they will take a knee here. And now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards? And they'll indeed take a knee. Fourth down, Wilson trots off, and on comes Brandon McManus for the Denver field goal. This will be just a 21-yard attempt. The kick by McManus is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So yet another field goal to end the drive. That has been a very common theme. He's now hit 5 of them in this game.
Yeah, Brandon, as an offense, you hate that you got to call on your kicker so often, but you have to love the fact that time and time again, he's come through.
This taken in at the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. And now out comes Houston. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe
into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Josie Jewell. And he's going to get this on down to the 13-yard line. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Wilson. Quick slant to Hamler. And the Broncos are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Wilson. And the pass is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Jerry Jeudy. A 1-yard touchdown pass. And the Broncos are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. So, Charles, they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. Now, last week, they had the close victory. This one more commanding, much more comfortable.
Well, the sense we got from them was that last week they felt like they didn't play their best. They got the win, but they weren't really on top of their game. But they put it all together here in this one, haven't they? What an impressive performance.
Extra point from McManus is good. This one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. From the end zone, it's Chester Rogers. The Texans offense set to regain possession. This offense returning out there, and really, you remember the last drive, Charles, it was over before it even began. They threw the interception on the very first play.
And what that means is for all these guys, it's been a while since they've been out there going full speed, so they've got to get everyone back out there, run a couple of your go-to plays, make sure you get your offense oiled up a little bit. They've got to be able to start fast, but they've got to be efficient as well.
Especially the quarterback. Mills on first down. He gets it to Cooks. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory as they've got it to the 28-yard line. Mills throw taken in there by Cooks. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. They'll go with Mack here up the middle. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. On the stop that time, it was Josie Jewell. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. 5 yards remain on 2nd down. Mills. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get out. So after the sack, Mills and the Texans needing to navigate a 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
The kick by Fairbairn is good, and they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
Now this is going to be returned from the back line of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Denver's offense now set to go. And a few kneel downs should come very close to finishing this one off, depending on whether or not we see any defensive timeouts. They still have 2, but using them would just be prolonging what's really already been decided. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. And on 4th down, they come up and take the knee. So this one will wind up a Denver victory. And a little bit of a surprise, they lose the turnover battle, but wind up winning the ballgame.
And this is very unusual because you know all teams stress winning the turnover battle as a key indicator to winning ball games. So when you get something that goes against the grain like the one we saw here, it's quite the oddity. Now let's face it, they'll be very happy that they pulled this off, but they do know that in the future they've got to work on taking care of the football because this won't happen very often.
So for Denver, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they'll get another home date next week as the 49ers will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Texans, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at Soldier Field with the Chicago Bears.